beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house.
Now we are going to Astoria to see Regan, the original doll from The Exorcist. I cannot wait. This is a dream come true. What a birthday wish. I'm so excited. We are here at the Museum of Moving Image, going to see Regan. She's right there. Oh my god. Oh. This mouthpiece was actually hidden behind the back of her head, and it was covered by makeup prosthetics. Split pea soup was pumped through this device and out of her mouth to create the vomiting effect. This was amazing special effects for 1973 and very innovative for its time. I loved reading about the filming locations in Washington, D.C. because that is around where I grew up. I used to go to Georgetown all the time, so I feel like I have a pretty cool connection to the book and the movie because of that. And I've been to the Georgetown Steps multiple times throughout my life. I just went again this past summer, and it was incredible. I had just read the book, so it was the perfect time for me to go back and sit on those steps once more. These makeup screen tests were so incredible to see. I love to see Regan McNeil doing all of these scary faces, and just shows how genius Linda Blair's acting was and how incredible the special effects were for that time. This section of the exhibit was one of my favorite parts. I love how they had a leather-bound script here and the book with a very haunting cover. As it says here, William Peter Blatty's 1971 novel The Exorcist drew on accounts of an exorcism that took place in 1949, while Blatty was a student at Georgetown University. So cool. And on his struggles to maintain his Catholic faith, which is a huge theme in the book, which I absolutely love. I love religious symbolism. It is my favorite thing. Carrie is also a great example of religious symbolism, and it is my favorite movie of all time. The book was an international success, and Blatty, an established comedy writer, was engaged by Warner Bros. To adapt it into a screenplay and serve as the film's producer. I also absolutely loved the concept drawings that we saw, especially the ones of Pazuzu. I thought those were so incredibly done and so cool to see in person. Hi everybody! Since I took you along to Astoria to the Museum of Moving Image to see the original Regan dummy, I wanted to put in some facts about The Exorcist in this video so you guys can learn about The Exorcist while simultaneously watching me meet the iconic 1973 doll. Some people call it a mechanical puppet, some people call it a doll, some people call it a dummy, so whatever you want to call it, it was incredible. She was gorgeously made. I couldn't even believe my eyes. It was a dream come true, and I'm so excited that I am sharing it with you all. So for my horror fans, I know you all love The Exorcist, because if you don't, then I will be extremely surprised, since it is considered the best horror movie of all time. I would have to agree. My favorite movie of all time is Carrie, but I do think that The Exorcist is the best horror movie of all time.
The power of Christ compels you!
I think it is the best of its genre. I think it is the most iconic horror film ever made because of its incredible and industrious special effects for 1973. This movie shocked audiences across the nation.
The power of Christ compels you!
It's just an incredible story. The book is my favorite book of all time, and as I said in the video, I just visited the Exorcist steps in Georgetown for the millionth time. I used to go all the time growing up because I grew up around the DC area, and I really wanted to go there because I had a particularly intense summer, and The Exorcist, the book, helped me so much through this hard time, and I was so in the mood to go to the steps when we went again that it was just the perfect time, perfect setting. I brought the book with me, I took pictures with the book, and I'll put in the TikTok that I made here where I went with my fiance. We also ended up going to the restaurant called The Tombs, and this was actually in the film St. Elmo's Fire. Seeing the mechanical puppet of Regan McNeil at the museum was a dream come true for me. The Exorcist was always a huge interest for me. Growing up, my dad would always talk about it, and I always wondered what the movie was like and if it really was one of the most terrifying movies ever made. Then I got older and I became obsessed. I used to watch it all the time. I adore cinema. It is one of the most important things to me. I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, so doing this is kind of my way of being a filmmaker as an adult. I love movies. I used to escape into movies as a kid. I am a baby YouTuber and I am trying to grow my channel. I am really looking for people that love the same things that I love and love watching these videos. I now have 83 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. That is so many in the amount of time that I have been doing this, and I am so grateful to the people that are subscribing and loving my videos. Thank you so much, and tell a friend, keep it coming. I would love to connect with more people that love the same things that I do, because that's really why I'm doing this. Now let's get into some facts about The Exorcist. Number 1, the face that became Pazuzu's terrifying image in the movie was actually from a rejected makeup test. The makeup for the character Pazuzu was supposed to be a gaunt white face with dark rings around the eyes and crooked teeth. Now this test was spliced back into the movie and created that terrifying image that you see popping up as Pazuzu's face. Fact number 2. This is about the Regan McNeil mechanical puppet that I went and saw. I had to have a fact in here about that, of course, because I just brought you guys along on the journey with me. The original Regan McNeil prop was made with acrylic eyes, a nightgown, and a professional wig. Obviously, she was made to resemble the actress Linda Blair, the iconic Linda Blair. Love her. I actually have behind me right over there a signed Exorcist poster from Linda Blair, and I absolutely love that one because she wrote Sweet Dreams and I thought that was sick. So thank you, Linda Blair, you rock, you're amazing. Her acting in this movie is unmatched. It's absolutely breathtaking, incredible, and I am just speechless every time I watch it. The performance from a young girl is just unbelievable. So this dummy, the reason why this dummy is so cool is that it was the dummy that does the 360 head rotation. In the movie, you see Linda Blair's character, Regan, turn her head in a 360 motion. And obviously this is not humanly possible, so they had to make this doll to create that effect. There was a radio that actually controlled its eyes during filming. They also used an optical printer to superimpose Linda Blair's mouth on the dummy. Back in the day, this is what they had to do to create these special effects. It is so interesting to me and so incredible that filmmakers went to this length to make a film great. And what an iconic movie it is because they went to these lengths. Okay, fact number 3. Now, this is probably my favorite fact because I didn't even know this fact until doing research for this video. The film set caught fire, but Regan's room remained untouched. So this is such a cool fact. I had no idea about this. Production on the film actually halted for 6 weeks before they came back to filming because of this fire. The set that burned down was Regan McNeil's house. And the only room, like I said, that remained untouched was Regan McNeil's. A lot of people think that this set was haunted because of this. Some people try to debunk it and say that a bird flew into the fuse box, but the fact that Regan's room remained untouched from the fire proves differently. Several of the actors actually suffered injuries from wires randomly tumbling and things causing people to trip. They also say that this set was ridiculously cold and the cast members were constantly freezing. This could also indicate a ghostly encounter. A lot of people thought that this set was haunted and that the movie was cursed because it is actually based on a true story, which was the possession of Roland Doe. And fact number 4, and this is our final fact, is that people reportedly fainted and vomited during the screenings. It's been reported that once inside the theater, a number of moviegoers vomited at the very graphic goings-on the screen. Others fainted or left the theater, nauseous and trembling before the film was half over. Several people had heart attacks, a guard told me. One woman even had a miscarriage, he said. And that was what the New York Times reported.
The other night, this guy came out and I looked out the door and he was lying on the floor.
He's really big. You wouldn't have expected.
I know. All these big guys, they come out and they look like they're ghosts or something.
It didn't scare me. I don't know what happened. I just fainted.
Did you believe it could happen?
Oh, yes. Anything's possible. How did you like The Exorcist? I didn't like it. Why didn't you like it? Afraid of it.
Thank you guys so much for coming along with me to see Regan McNeil in person. How amazing and a wonderful way to spend my birthday. Thank you so much again to everybody who's already subscribed. As I said, I'm a baby YouTuber and my 83 subscribers do not go unnoticed. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing and watching my content. I appreciate it and I am so excited to grow my spooky, perfectly gothic community. Thank you guys. Also, if you guys are wondering where I got my lipstick from, it is the ColourPop Twilight New Moon collection. I always wear Twilight ColourPop collection makeup. I pretty much always have it on. I have eyeshadow on from them right now. I absolutely love their products, so check them out. I also want to remind you guys that I have a cosplay book out. It is on iBooks and it is free, so check that out. I also have music out on all platforms. I have an EP and 2 singles. If you like rock music and goth country, then those are perfect for you.